Hello and welcome to a short video about typical steel connections with SolidSteel parametric for Autodesk Inventor. Let's start with an end plate. With the end plate tool enabled, we simply select this beam and then the face to which we want to connect. I am selecting a template from the database, but of course you can also define your end plates as you like. In this situation, a double end plate is the right choice, and to connect it to both flanges, we add an offset of 70 mm at the bottom. Confirm and the end plate connection including bolting is complete. Of course, the appropriate welded assemblies have also been created in this step. We continue here. The same situation as before, but this time we create the connection with a fin plate using the gusset plate tool. The procedure is similar to the previous one, but this time we do not select the whole beam, but only this face that we want to connect to this face. We get a preview again and start entering the parameters. First, we define where the stage beam will be cut, and we can also check the result of the input directly in the preview. The beam looks good, but the gusset plate is too short and the holes would be useless here. No problem, here below we define the distance between the columns of bores and the cut. Because the size of the plate is tied to the holes, this also changes the dimensions of the fin plate. We still have to define the bolted connections, which we do in the part selection. Here we can select the bolts from the desired standard and also add the default mountings of washers and the nut. The clamp length will be calculated automatically. Okay, the connection is now defined and we can confirm. Here at the column we can of course add a double end plate. The steps are exactly the same as for the first connection shown. And here on the other side we also add an end plate. Here at the flange, of course, a single end plate is sufficient, so I'm going to uncheck this checkbox, and check propagate holes down here so that the holes will be transferred to the column. And we're ready to create the connection. Here on the back we can see that some ribs are missing, so we will add them with the tool of the same name. To do this, we select the profile and a reference edge. We can see that the ribs are centered on the edge, but we can easily correct this with the rib offset tool. It looks good, we confirm, and the ribs are inserted. We place another rib here at the bottom, where of course the offset is also corrected so that the rib is aligned with the flange. For this rib, we also select the single rib option and change the sides so that the double end plate bolts on the other side of the column are still accessible. Okay, one side of the design is now complete with all the connections, so let's take a look at another important feature. We now know how to add typical steel connections quickly and easily. But just as important as adding connections is having a convenient way to remove them. This can be done with the delete connection function, and all you have to do is select the connection, confirm, and the connection is removed. That brings us to the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to show it with a like and a subscription. We'd really appreciate it. See you next time.